Meantime, a long-anticipated threat in the fight against drug cartels has become a reality. President Trump officially designating them as foreign terrorist organizations. This decision previously facing opposition from Mexican leaders. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joining us with more on this from Texas. Jorge, good morning to you. What does this new designation mean for the fight against these dangerous cartels?
Well, Marnie, good morning. Now, with this designation, Mexican cartels now will be joining a list of foreign terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda and ISIS. It is a move that can actually make it politically easier for President Trump to send U.S. troops to Mexico without the approval of Congress. Now, this designation will target criminal organizations like the Sinaloa and the Jalisco New Generations cartels, which are involved in human trafficking, violent crimes, but also fueling the fentanyl crisis here in the United States. Now, under U.S. law, this designation does allow the U.S. government to freeze cartel money, ban travel, and punish anyone helping these criminal groups. Officials say that Mexican cartel operations across the border threaten U.S. safety and security. Now, Mexican leaders, including former President López Obrador and President Sheinbaum, are opposing the move, fearing that it could justify U.S. military action on U.S. soil. And when asked whether U.S. forces could be sent to Mexico when he was signing those executive orders, Marnie, Trump did say that it could happen. Right now, we'll just have to wait and see, Marnie.
Jorge, are there other groups that are targeted under this designation, or is it solely focused on the cartels?
So in that new executive order, President Trump is also targeting MS-13, that's the Salvadoran gang, as a foreign terrorist organization, but also adding the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. According to Border Czar Tom Holman, who did speak with News Nation back in December, he says that Tren de Aragua gang is already active in 16 states. And here in Texas, the Venezuelan gang already has an active presence in El Paso, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. Now, according to President Trump, he says he will use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign criminal networks here in the United States through the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which does allow the U.S. government to round up foreigners who are citizens of a country that Congress has declared war on or has engaged in invasion. Now, President Trump on Monday also declared an official emergency on the southern border, saying, quote, cartels control vast territories just south of our southern border, effectively controlling who can and cannot travel to the United States from Mexico. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have tragically died from drug overdoses because of the illicit narcotics that have flowed across the southern border. For now, that the decision to intensify the battle against U.S. cartels will most likely get some pushback, Marnie, from President Claudia Sheinbaum, who says she does oppose it. And just about 30 minutes ago in her morning brief conference, she did say that Mexico is a sovereign nation, Marnie.
All right, Jorge Ventura, thank you for.
So, you know, one of the things, obviously, these drug cartels that work with impunity in Mexico, they are damaging our country with fentanyl, with all kinds of drugs flowing into across our borders. And the other thing is that perhaps many people don't appreciate is human trafficking. All of these news reporters that they're going to break up families, 300,000 kids are missing. 300,000 children, unaccompanied children that cross that border are missing. No one knows where they are. So when these news reporters start, you're going to split up. How about those 300,000 kids, Mike?
Bill, the 300,000 were deliberately let loose here, supposedly into the arms of people from charities and others that would take care of them, individuals and charities that would take care of them. They did not, this previous administration did not want the optics of children behind a wire fence, you know, sleeping on the floor, as we saw back in like 2018, when there was a big fight over who built the cages, remember, and you know who put them there. So in order not to have all these kids rounded up and have it seen by the American public, the powers that be thought it was just easier to set the kids free with anyone who claimed that they were from some organization that would control these kids. These kids are, and mostly young boys and young girls, they're being trafficked as cheap foreign labor. They're being used as prostitutes and being raped every day. They're being sold as slaves. It's a terrible situation, and we brought this on ourselves. This situation was fine, Our country brought it on ourselves. And now, where are these kids? We're not talking about 300, 3,000, 30,000. It's 300,000. Just think about that. How that's the size of, like, half the Bronx, or a city somewhere. 300,000. That's crazy amount of people.
Mike, I want to make it clear that you and I, we're both pro-immigration.
Oh, absolutely. I love immigration.
We are pro-legal immigration.
That's right.
Not people unvetted flying across our borders, not checked. The old catch and release is another thing. They would give them a piece of paper and say, come back in 2 years. That's not a border, and we as a country, we as a nation can do much better than that. And even people that come into this country, that come in legally, they're against illegal immigration also. They worked hard to get in here, right? And we don't want everyone coming in here. That's not what a country is or what a border is. Let me play this from ABC News.
President Trump taking action on what he said today was his top campaign issue, immigration and the southern border. He said the economy and prices were important, but he still believes immigration was the bigger issue. The president declaring a national emergency at the border and saying deportations will begin. And tonight, the Mexican government now warning Mexicans in the U.S. what to do if law enforcement knocks on the door.